Hi, welcome. You are watching Advantech broadcasting channel for Advantech Service-IoT solution franchising business model. Thanks for reserving your time clicking, and this is quite important topic today, which will direct the business model how Advantech going to grow in the following decades. By the way, it's our first release, so please feel free to feedback your suggestion and opinions for further interactions. So here comes the first chart. You can see here is the AIoT industrial value chain and the market size. At the left-hand side, they are 45% covered by the phase 1 and the phase 2. There are edge computing and edge devices around 25%, industrial communication around 10%, and the AIoT software around 10%. In the 45% where Advantech spend a lot of effort by current existing hardware business unit. Also at the right-hand side, we can see the higher value from domain-oriented solution and applications, which cover around 55% of the whole business value. So this is the place we are going to talk today, how Advantech works with the service providers and the service partners for further AIoT business success together. So today, we have 4 business talent here to address the new solution franchising business model. First, the business talent, Wesley Liu, will start from whole solution franchising model chart, explain how Advantech start domain value integration. Second, we have HS, who is a solution and a software expert, will address details of this business unit and the i.APP scenario, how the i.APPs works into domains. Followed by Jiosen will give us the latest update on Advantech WISE-PaaS and the Marketplace 2.0. At the end, by Tony Liu will deeply express the co-creation joint venture program. It will be very fruitful and lots of intensive message inside today's seminar. So please stay tuned and let's welcome Wesley talk about co-creation for the future, domain value integration ecosystem alliance.
Okay, thank you, Mark. And this is Wesley. I'm going to introduce our new announced solution franchise model to you. Okay, this is the architecture of the solution franchise model. I'm going to introduce the new organization we are going to build and the franchise working model in the regions. Okay, so from the 2020, in headquarters of Advantech SIoT, we are going to build 3 solution BU. We call solution BU. Okay, the first one is iHospital solution BU, and the second one is iRetail solution BU. The third one is the iCity service solution BU. Okay, so these 3 organizations, what is their function? Okay, the first is they are going to insource or outsource many kinds of industrial APP, so-called i.APP. Okay, from insource means they are going to develop some i.APP by themselves, by this solution BU, okay, by these 3 solution BU. And also, they are going to look for some good candidates and or good ISV partners in the local countries, and using some JV or MMA way to let their software to onboard to our marketplace to become one of the i.APP. Okay, and the second function of that is they are going to maintain the marketplace 2.0. Okay, so they are going to put all of their i.APP on the marketplace 2.0. So what is marketplace 2.0? Gio is going to introduce later. Okay, and so under this Service-IoT solution BU in Taiwan, we were going to develop 2 DFSI, domain focused SI. The first one is focusing on the iHospital, And the second one is focusing on the iCity service, including the retail and the city service industries. Okay, so these two companies, we call companies, they are kind of a subsidiary of Advantech SIoT. They are kind of independent, and they will approach the end user to use the i.APP and the edge computer from Advantech, okay, to provide the total solution to the end user. Like the AIH DFSI, they will approach some hospitals in Taiwan and provide the IoT solution to the hospitals directly. Okay, so the most important part is this part. So in Taiwan, we will use our own team to do the solution provider. Okay, but in the regions like in China, Japan, Korea, or Southeast Asia countries, we are going to franchise. Okay, that's why we call it a solution franchise model. Okay, so we will have some selected countries I will introduce in the next slide. And in those countries, we will find some franchise partners in local. Okay, so this franchise, we Advantech plan to have some financial investment and to strengthen the relationship between Advantech and those franchise partners. Okay, so and the duplicate the solution, IoT solution built by the solution BU and the DFSI here, and duplicate the total solution to those franchise partners. Okay, and those franchise partners, they will go to approach the end users, like the hospitals, stores, F&B, airports, something like this. Okay. Next. So this slide is going to introduce what countries we select for the phase 1 and what is the countries for the phase 2. Okay, so you can see the red dot. The red dot countries is selected for the phase 1 to implement the solution franchise model. Okay, you can see, so Korea, Japan, Greater China, including the China and Taiwan, Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Australia, and New Zealand. Okay, so you can see all of these selected phase 1 countries are nearby Taiwan. So that's because this is a new model to Advantech. So we want to try to POC this model in some near country, okay, first. And if this model succeed, we will expand our territory to other countries like the Russia, Europe, United States, and the Latin countries, okay. And so what kind of solution partners we are looking for in those countries? I simply divided into 2 categories. The first one is solution service partners. So what is solution service partners? The candidate need to be like, they are already doing business as a domain-focused system integrators, DFSI, in their country. For example, some of our system integrators, they are doing some business, maybe hardware selling business, or maybe they are already doing some solution business with some local airport or some retailers, but they are trying to upgrade their solution, or they want to transform from hardware selling to solution selling. So this kind of DFSI is one of the candidates we are looking for. Okay, the second one is ISV, independent software vendors. Maybe they have their own software and it's very good, and our solution BU in headquarters, they will contact them and try to bundle their software to become a i.APP on our marketplace, And of course, we will also provide Advantech, other i.APP from Advantech to help these ISVs to expand their product portfolio. Okay. So and then they can cooperate with some SI or by themselves to also approach the end user. Okay, the third one is local service companies. Okay, these kind of companies, they are doing some local technical support. For example, like the on-site service or on-site installation or after service, RMA service for the local end users. And normally these kind of service partners, they have very good relationship with those end users. And we want to approach these kind of service companies and try to engage and even do the JV, joint venture or MMA or minor investment, and to provide our solution to help them to transform from the original service, on-site service to solution provider. Okay, and the last one is consulting service, because some traditional end users, they know IoT is important to them. They want to do the IoT transformation, but they don't know how to do. Or once they got the data from those edge computers or the sensors, but they don't know how to read it. So these kind of consulting service companies, they will help those end users to read the data, to transform the raw data to the business intelligence data. Okay, so this consulting service is also one of our candidates. Okay, and another category is power users, and you can say it's end user, but they have a very good business potential, or they are already doing very good in their country. For example, like the 7-Eleven, they are very good in Taiwan, and they have more than 5,000 stores in Taiwan. So this is, and they also have a department, IT department, and try to implement those kind of IoT solution inside their store. So for these kind of power users, we also want to engage with them, but not selling solution to them directly. We are still going through those solution or service partner, but we want to talk to them and try to engage with them to persuade them to join this team, to join this solution franchise team. Okay, because those end users, they are the expert of their domain. Okay, so 7-Eleven, they are the expert of convenience store. They know the pain points they are facing right now, and they know what kind of help they need from those IoT solutions. So we want their domain knowledge. Okay, and they also can provide the test site, like the POC site for us, because they own, normally those kind of power users, they already have a lot of these kind of stores or hospitals, can let our team to put our solution inside and try to see if those solutions can create any benefits to those end users. Okay, so this is the second type of the candidates we are looking for. Okay, so next, the HS is going to introduce the solution BU. Okay, so in my previous slide, I tell you Advantech headquarters, we are going to build 3 BU, solution BU, right? The hospital, retail, and iCity service. So HS is going to tell you more about the details about these 3 BU and what kind of solutions they are looking for and what kinds of solutions they already have. Okay, thank you.
Hello, I'm HS. In this part, I would like to introduce the Advantech Service-IoT solution and what kind of business model we can work on with the solution franchise model. Okay. So in the first page, I would like to quickly overview the solution BU of the Service-IoT. We have the 3 different solution BU to targeting on the different application and different domains. First one is the iHospital, and the second one is the iCity service, and third one is the iRetail. And each solution BU will have a different kind of target area to define the different applications. For example, for the iHospital, we have the Outpatient and the iWard and the command centers. And I will introduce the detail later. And for iCity service, we have the security and monitoring, and the visitor interactive service, and the operation management. For the retail part, we have the store analytic, customer engagement, and store management. So you will see all this part have a different kind of icon we call the industrial app. This what it means. It means we try to develop the big project solution as a different kind of the decoupled app to help you to make your solution can be used and integrated more easily and quickly. So I will explain in these following pictures. So you can see this is our marketplace. In this part, we define our solution into the 4-layer app. And bottom up is the HSRP. It means we use the solution or the application installed in our hardware, installed in the edge side. And then we provide a common app. This is the application installed in our WISE-PaaS platform. They can provide different kind of general purpose solution, just like the signage or the video or the dashboard, something like that. And we also try to combine more and more outside solution into our PaaS platform to service you to deliver different kind of application you need. And third one is we call the industrial app. It means we try to deliver some application that can be used in different kind of domain, but they can be used not very sophisticatedly. They can be used in more application in this domain. Just like you see in the iCity, you will see the people counting. They can be used anywhere, or the air quality management as well. And for the retail, we can provide the store BI like analytics retail or F&B or more retail store use the BI solution. Or post video monitor. As we know, most of the retail store have the post. So we provide a post video monitor to combine the post data and the video surveillance to do such kind of the loss prevention solutions. And at hospital, we also provide just kind of KPI or the patient call or more thing as general purpose. And for the domain focus, it's more specific applications can design and combine together. So you will see in the city, if we define on the monitor part, we'll use the cloud detection, or you will focus on the visitor interactive management, we will have the signage control or queuing engines. So we try to make the application can be easily to indicate and define in our marketplace. They will be explained later with our another speakers. So besides the application provided from Advantech in the marketplace, most importantly for the solution franchise, we will have a new DFSI headquartered organization that will help you to transfer the application into solution. So in this headquarters, we will have the 4 major departments we'll work on with Advantech Solution BU and our CCJV partners. So you will see we have first one department we call the Solution Product Integrator. That would be work with the Advantech, try to integrate all the domain applications, just I see with each item, into a total solution. As we know, the application not only can be used directly, but need to someone to deployment or install or have select integrate with the local customers. So we would let the solution product integrator to combine different kind of integration to be a domain solution. And then when they have the new solution from the end customer or from some new implementations, they can come back the app back to the Advantech as a new solution on the marketplace. So they try to combine app to solution or to generate new app from the new solution. It's the goal of this department. And second one, they have the solution, but they need to real practice in a local area. So in the headquarters, they still work on some local project with the local project management team. They do the real thing about the solution deployment. So they will provide the solution implementation of local customer, and then most importantly, they will generate the solution SOP and domain experience documentation that help to make the solution can be reproduced in our franchise models. So this left part is located on HQ and work on with the Advantech or a local project. And most importantly, I have the red one. Red one, we have the two teams. First one is the solution consultant. Solution consultant is the solution, product, and the documentation. They would like to training all of them, including the product detail or how to design to our DVA and the CCJV partner. And then when they have the new solution or projects, they would work with the CCJV partner to co-create the proposal. So we know some kind of demand or the solution will not just send us the HQ planning. They need new proposal to add a new idea. So in the very beginning, we will work with the local partner to co-create the solution proposal, combine all the solution from the Advantech or local partners. Okay? And when we have the consulting, we maybe have some interesting for local customer. So we start to the solution deployment for now we need a solution technical support team. As we know, the solution wise, not just the hardware so well. They need to do some kind of the integration or the software implementation. So we were training the real hands-on, including integration and the deployment with our partners. And most importantly, we would have some targeting projects to co-work with local partners with our direct support. Maybe we will have the remote, maybe we will travel. We will make you to have some real successful project in the beginning, and then we will try to use this case to build up your ability with the CCP partner. So when we have the complete solution from the application side, and we will generate the knowledge and documentation, and then we transfer it to real project, and we transfer it your ability to make the solution deployment can be really used and reproduced in your area. It's our team goals. Okay, so in the next page, I will try to use some real case to explain how we work on them. So for first area, we are talking on the intelligent hospital. So as I mentioned, we have the three major categories. So in the iHospital, we have the outpatient. In our including the nursing station and war room, and we have the command centers. So how we do that? Well, first of all, we will see the iHospital outpatient solution. So you will see for the H part, we will have the queuing management, have some kiosk to give a ticket, and we have the integrated signage to provide the queuing order or more information the patient need. And we have the clinking check-in kiosk. The customer can automatically check in when they arrive at the hospital. So we will have the different kind of the hardware installed different location. They build our own software. And then we have the industrial app, use the control the signage, use the signage CMS, and we use the queuing management app to control the kiosk. And most important, we need to have we call the hospital data link, because we need to integrate the hospital information to collect the patient information and combine with the queuing order to send to the doctor and the nurse. So all the device and all the application already be a solution package can be easily to install in deployment in your hospital outpatient scenario. And next, we start to collection the data or collection the API to the domain application side. Because we know we not only to deliver a service to patient, we will also collect data to do the management or improvement. So you will get the outpatient management to real time to see all the outpatient dashboard to understand the overall hospital situation. And we have the outpatient BI. They can try to use this kind of data to improvement the patient flow, or try to do the waiting time predicament to let the patient spend less time in hospital. They can see how long they want to wait, so they do not need to arrive at the hospital too early. Okay, so all this edge solution would be used our HSRP and industrial app, and we collect data and try to make a more specific domain value application on our domain focus app. Okay. For the second example is the industrial ward solution. In the ward solution, we have the more platform installed in the ward rooms. So you will see we have the nursing station. They can help nurse to improve their working operation efficiency, try to make all the documentation and all the schedule can be done in this system. And we have the bedside information terminal and the patient information terminal. They not only to provide the information or entertainment platform for the patients, they also make the patient can use this one to notification or send your command to the nursing station. So we try to make the solution installed on all this kind of device to improve the communication accuracy and efficiency between the nurse and the patients. And all the device combine the two kind of the industrial app. First one, we have the patient call engine. This means we combine all the hospital, that's kind of their phone and the app and the push message in the one service. So they can use it just like your WeChat or just like your WhatsApp. In hospital only, they can communicate with the patient and the nurse. And of course, they also need to integrate the hospital data. And when we combine the communication and interactive device, we will have the different kind of application in the iWork control center to use for the nursing scheduling or input the patient additional information for the nurse. And we also have nurse dashboard to let them quickly to overview their information and status and see the patient notification from the dashboard. They can handle the patient their requests very quickly and instantly. And the patient care, we have the patient care monitoring. They can know how much time of each nurse to serve or handle each patient. They will try to improve the resource arrangement. Okay, so you will see our device, all the data can be implement separately. Depends on the hospital resource or their schedule or their different kind of the concern. They did not need to buy a total system. They just need to depends on what they need to select hardware, select software, and deployment. This is what it means to decouple the solution into the edge and to cloud. Okay, so when we finish the service on the patient side, most importantly, the hospital needs the more data to do the overall management. So we provide a command center solution. So you will see the solution operation, just like I mentioned, outpatient and the iWork. So not only the operation data, in the total hospital, they had more data we need to collect, just like the video and environment, okay? And the second one, there are a lot of devices, just like the patient car, more than important equipment they need management. So we are put all that together in our hospital command center and add on different kind of the application. They can do the business intelligence operation or can do the hospital management or hospital monitoring. So all the devices are collected on our WISE-PaaS. And I mentioned, we put all the application as the industrial app. They can install one by one, or they can select one for different user or different location. Okay, so the command center is not just to use for the operation, but also can be used from the top manager. Okay, so I just one case about how we do with our solution headquarters. We call AICS. They are most important company. We are work with Taiwan Hospital. So we did a lot of good example in the outpatient and the command center and iWorks. So how we done from the solution, from the app to the solution? First of all, we need to confirm the customer request, right? So we will know how many apps we can have, how many functions we can provide, but we will check the real customer need to select the right app. Second one, we try to use this app to match the customer demand to do the solution planning. Okay, so this is what I mean. The solution consultant department will do. We will try to identify the requester and planning or provide a final proposal in the customer consulting department. And then when we start to implement solution, we will need to do the workflow analytics and design. This means we will break down the solution into the detail with the different kind of user. So this will be such kind of simple customization with our SI team. Okay. So, but we have the standard app. So you will not to design a new thing. You just do the simple modification to meet the real demand. Maybe increase something or decrease something. Okay. And last stage, we will do the real system integration, including installed hardware, combine the network, combine the data from the hospital, and final one is the deployment. So all the standard process will be separate to the solution consultant team and technical support team to make the solution franchise, make you quickly to make the solution can be reproduced in your area. So for example, in Outpatient, they just need to collect our app and to do the HIS or vital sign integration. They can deploy it directly. And the command center, they will integrate their surveillance or some management solution and use our standard dashboard. Also can be deployed in quickly to integrate their own system and use another app provided from Advantech. Okay? So in the same case, we just need to integrate the HIS or PaaS to make the data can be displayed on dashboard or PIT, and otherwise is use the standard app. So in this kind of the case, you will not need to spend a lot of time to design or to plan a new whole solution. You just collect what they need and integrate the local data or local service into our applications. They can make the solution can be done in very, very quickly way. Okay. So another scenario is the iCity and the iRetail. You will see the iCity and iRetail is very different to the hospital. Hospital is just kind of one location. They can be seen a different kind of area, but very similar. But in iCity, they have same application, but in a different area. So you can see the retail, public space, and the self-service, or the information center, or restaurant. They are different kind of area, but they use the same technology or same application. So we will try to make the ICT service as a scenario-driven, not a location-driven, to meet different kind of the applications into the area. So for example, in that case, all the application can be done in this kind of airport locations. I will explain one. First of all, you will see when we have the VIP zone, we can use the visitor management. Okay, and for the standard check-in solution, we can use the queuing management and counting solution to know how many people stand on there waiting on that to arrangement more resource to increase the check-in efficiency. For the store in the airport, we can have the post monitor, we can the traffic heat map to know the store business intelligence. And when we have the public space, we will have the intelligent NVR to do the facial checking to know which one is the blacklisted, need to check for security reason. And for the information center, we'll have the signage or the TV wall to show all the information integrated for the visitors or the passengers. So you will see all kind of the industrial app. It can be select one or select all in the big or small location, depends on what they need. This we call it the couple app. Okay, so when we try to approach this kind of area, it just depends on what they need to see what app you can provide to the customer. Okay. So for this page is to example about how we do for our iRetail and city headquarters. So as I mentioned, we have a lot of application, but we just need to define what kind of the place or technology we need to deployment. For first one, if we want to do the analytic function, they just need to combine their current video solutions. So they may need to do the camera location selection or the network cabling, but they just select the hardware and deployment with our app. They can quickly to deployment their analytic or monitoring. And second one, if they want to do the content interactive design, they can use our signage and just work with the customer to define what kind of content they need to design the content and use our software to deployment. They did not need to have additional program to design interactive part. They can use our app to put down their content in there. And third one is workflow customization. The customer maybe need to the post monitoring, maybe they need to the facial recognition. At the same time, they just need to make sure what kind of workflow they want to combine together and put on our app. So this is the same thing I wanted to mention. We have more app and we put on a different solution, but with a very similar way. We put on together and then you know how to deployment that and quickly to make its landing is our purpose about the solution franchise models. Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Jill, Advantech WISE-PaaS Marketing. Today, I will introduce our brand new offering, WISE-PaaS Marketplace 2.0. Advantech WISE-PaaS is an industrial cloud platform supporting multi-IaaS options such as Microsoft Azure, Amazon AWS, and Ali Cloud. Or you may choose to build your own private cloud as well. On WISE-PaaS, you are able to develop solutions with edge software, microservices, and AI framework services. And you may also directly subscribe industrial apps and apply to your own scenario with very low coding efforts. To make those services more accessible, we have launched WISE-PaaS Marketplace 2.0. Our partners not only can get software and services, they can also list their own iApps on the marketplace, getting global exposure, and in the end, we hope to enable a subscription-based, many-make, many-sell industrial IoT cloud ecosystem. On the marketplace, you will find hundreds of software and services for free trial. Refund is also possible in 60 days. The iApps are categorized by industry focus, including manufacturing, energy and environment, smart city, intelligent retail, and intelligent hospital. And we also provide common apps such as AI framework services, asset performance management, visualization tools, and command center. We also provide edge software such as SCADA and apps from our partners like software of security like McAfee or Acronis. All of those apps are like building blocks, allowing users to leverage those modules to develop solutions quickly with very low coding efforts. If you have no clue how to start, you may first click View Solutions and to know the industrial scenario, solution architecture, and implementation suggestion. Once you register and subscribe our service, this is the management portal where you are able to do operational, resource, and space management. We offer online self-learning courses for your engineers to learn how to utilize this low-coding platform. Technical documentation is now available in English and Mandarin, and Japanese version will be available in January 2020. Engineers and developers can exchange their ideas and share their experiences on our WISE-PaaS forum. And we also host Meet WISE-PaaS webinar monthly to share the latest updates of our products and services. Join our ecosystem. Your success stories will be seen on the front page of Marketplace, and your iApps will be listed on the product page for more customers to subscribe. Other than that, our global marketing channel will enable your exposure via e-newsletter, magazine, and videos. In 2020, we will host a series of brand new events, which is a combination of live broadcasting and on-site seminar. We will invite domain experts to share their insights. We will also invite our partners to share their success stories with live streaming. And after that, we will release series of curated videos so that people with different interests in different domain knowledge will find what they want on our YouTube channel. We sincerely invite you to join our ecosystem and co-create IoT solutions on Advantech WISE-PaaS Marketplace.
Hello everyone, this is Tony from Corporate Investment Division. The topic for this session is about co-creation, which is a program that targets to accelerate the business growth with our co-creation partners through leveraging the external and internal resource of Advantech. Here's the value chain and market size of IoT industry that we see in the future. As you can see, the software development, system integration, and value-added services will capture over 50% of market size. And this is exactly the type of companies that our colleagues just mentioned in the previous sessions. Advantech will keep moving forward in hardware devices, edge computing, and software platform, and plan to empower our DFSI partners through strategic investment and resource injection. This year, we have started to roll out the co-creation joint venture program, which we target to establish strategic partnership with the DFSI partners, which has the IoT vision and willingness to deeply co-work with Advantech. We also target to accelerate our CCJV partners' growth through leveraging Advantech internal and external resources. We target to invest in 50 CCJV DFSI partners in 5 years. In order to allocate sufficient resources, we also have planned to expand our corporate investment team and partner success management team to further support our CCJV partners. As I mentioned, the main purpose of co-creation is to accelerate the business growth together with Advantech. Advantech is committed to provide extra resource from the perspective of marketing, business development, talent incubation, and technical support to empower our co-creation partners. And we also believe that with all the resources, we can all make successful digital transformation with our CCJV partners and accelerate the growth together. We understand that how to efficiently allocate resources to our co-creation partners is one of the key for successful co-creation. So we plan to establish a dedicated partner success co-creation management team that will help our co-creation partners to connect all their internal and external resources from Advantech. A dedicated partner success co-creation manager will work with you to collect all the resources you need during the co-creation process. Here is an example of the existing CCJV partners that we are working with for more than 1 year. Nippon Red is our CCJV DFSI partners in iFactory sector in Japan. Nippon Red is a public listed IT system integrator focusing on enterprise IT integration in Japan. So the combination between their IT background together with the OT expertise of Advantech is very complementary. We made $10 million equity investment to Nippon Red in last year and started the CCJV process. So after our investment, Nippon Red has doubled their IoT division from 20 members to 40 members to further cooperate with Advantech. And we also do a lot of co-marketing together with Nippon Red to expand the business in Japanese market. And together with our sales team in Japan, we have generated a lot of sales leads and project leads together with Nippon Red. So this is a very successful CCJV co-creation that we did in previous years. So after listening to the concept and examples of our CCJV program, I believe many of you are very excited to join the ecosystem. So here is the process for our co-creation program. So first, we'll start with the co-creation concept initiation. So in this stage, we'll discuss about which sector, which direction we are working with together with our potential partners. After the target is set, we'll sign a letter of intent to imply the interest of both parties moving forward. And the next step will be the full business plan development. So in the business plan, we'll identify the key mission, vision, and also the key actions from both parties, also the future organization chart, and the solutions that we're going to develop together in the business plan. So after co-creation, we'll follow the business plan to implement all the key actions. And after the business plan is finished, we'll then sign the CCJV agreement. So before the CCJV agreement, we also negotiate about the investment valuation and also the structure. And after signing the agreement, we'll start the technical solution integration, development, and then further go to market together. So the last page shows the current CCJV partners that we have for different regions and sectors. And we are looking forward to invite more and more partners to join the ecosystem. There's also one key point that I would like to emphasize. Once you join our ecosystem, it's not just Advantech you are working with, it's the whole ecosystem partners that you can leverage from. So if you are interested to become our CCJV partners and join the ecosystem, we're looking forward to hear from you, and please do not hesitate to contact us. Thank you very much.